Hello, everyone. This is Desiree. I am pleased and excited to be a part of the Unmute community. You can now find Learning Blind Tech with Desiree Renee on the Unmute Presents podcast feed. So if you type in Unmute Presents in your favorite podcatcher, you'll be able to find Learning Blind Tech with Desiree Renee. There is also a whole lot of content on Unmute Presents, such as digital bytes, Mac chat, and at your fingertips. So check us out at unmute.show or Unmute Presents in your podcatcher, and you can also email us at feedback@unmute.show. You can still find Learning Blind Tech with Desiree Renee on my website, and that is www.desireenae.com. Happy learning! Welcome to Digital Bytes. Hi, everybody. This is Desiree, and today my tip is using the JAWS layered command to change the volume and different audio aspects of where JAWS comes from. So, the first thing is we talked a little bit last time about layered commands, and what that means is that you press the insert or caps lock key, whatever you have your JAWS key set to, plus the space bar, and then other things after that would be a layered command. So today we're going to do the volume layered commands. So first I'm going to press caps lock space, and that sound means that I'm in layered command mode. So anything I hit now on the letters or whatever I want to would be part of a layered command. So I'm going to hit V for volume.
Volume.
Okay. Now, there's a couple of different choices here. There's system, JAWS, or sound card. So the JAWS volume would, of course, turn JAWS up and down. So let's press J for JAWS.
JAWS.
And then I'm going to move my up and down arrows.
62%, 66, 77, 77, 88, 88%, 90%, 80, 88, 87, 77, 66, 64%, 62%.
And then I'll press escape, and that will keep my position at 62% or whatever I leave it on for the JAWS volume. Now I'm going to do the layer command again, and I'm going to change the system volume. So that will change all of your whole system sounds, everything on your computer. And this is handy, especially if you're using like a Mantis or a keyboard that doesn't have easy volume control keys, or you don't remember what F keys they are when you press them to do the volume. So you can change your system volume directly through JAWS. So I'm going to press in the caps lock space, V for volume,
Volume.
and S for system.
System.
And now I can go up and down.
94, 96, 99, 90, 80, 80,
Down.
80, 87, 77, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5,
You can hear it kind of going down.
44%.
Okay, now I'm going to go back up again to where I was.
92%, 94%.
And I'll press escape. And that keeps my setting. Now the last one to change with this layered command under volume is the sound card. Now what that means is it's going to choose a different sound card on your computer to put the JAWS voice through. So if I was doing something on my Vocaster and I had it plugged into external speakers or something, and I just wanted the music to go in and I didn't want JAWS to, I could change the JAWS voice to go through my headphones or through my computer speaker instead of the Vocaster. And so to do that, I'm going to do caps lock space again, and V for volume,
Volume.
and C for sound card.
Sound cards.
Now I'm going to press the arrow key, and you'll hear things kind of change a little bit here. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was my speaker on the computer. So basically it moved JAWS away from my Vocaster to the speaker. Now I'm going to up arrow again.
Number Windows default sound card number.
Now that's the default sound card. So whatever you have that set to. And now I'm going to press it again.
Speakers 3 Focusrite USB audio.
And there's my Focusrite. So to keep that, I'm going to press escape. And that sets my sound card. So those are some tips on how to use JAWS layer commands to change the volume and the destination where your JAWS audio can go and your system audio as well.
Hey everyone, it's Chris here with a digital bite involving some new tech, a new gadget. Oh dear, I wonder what it could be. I wonder if it could be an amazing 11-port dock for my Mac, especially for my Mac. Now, I do have a Mac Mini, but I also have a MacBook Air. And MacBook Airs are a little notorious for having a shortage of ports. They're an amazing machine, but if you do want to plug in several things, you might have a keyboard, you might have a couple of USB drives, and if someone needs to see a screen, you've got that. And, just a USB mic, just any number of things, you might run out of ports. So I was probably enticed by something really shiny that I heard about on a podcast. And so I decided to take the plunge and spend a little chunk of change to the tune of $189 and buy the 11-port dock from OWC Computing. This stands for Other World Computing. They've been around since 1988, and they have an awesome array of different kinds of storage, memory cards, adapters, connectors, docks, you name it, they have it at their website, owc.com. So because I wanted to really expand the possibilities with my MacBook Air, which I just love, I have an M3 MacBook Air, I wanted to get this dock. And so I ordered it from Amazon. I think it might have even come that same day, which is just really quite a nice perk. And so this dock has really good reviews, and I just really thought I needed to have it. So to describe it to you, it is rectangular in shape. Its dimensions are 2.87 by 7.8 by 1.2 inches high. And there's an advantage to being blind, because if you want to orient something upside down and it works for you, that's just great. And so I found out that some of the sighted people were complaining about a particular charging port being in the center middle of the unit as it faces you. And I just turned it around the other way and put it in the back. And so that worked for me. So you could orient it so that that particular charging port is on the right. But whichever way you orient it, here is what it looks like. As I said, it's rectangular. And on one side, we'll call this the front side or the right side, because that's the way the sighted reviewer had it positioned. There is, in the middle of the unit, it is a host port that provides up to 96 watts so that you can charge your computer or your device. So you can be charging your Mac at the same time you're using your peripherals. So if we think about the other side though first, on the left side or at the back of the unit, if we start on the right-hand side, we have a power connector, a barrel-shaped power jack. Then there are 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and then there's an Ethernet port that can handle at least 1 gigabit of data. Then you have a whopping 3 USB-A ports, which are great. One is sitting there by itself, and the other 2 are sitting one over the other. Now, if we take the other side of the unit, the other long side, in the middle of the unit, you have that port that allows you to plug a charging cable in so that you can charge your computer, or you can connect to another device like I did my iPad mini earlier today. So Then all along with that, just right beside that, there is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which we're missing those in a lot of times. And then there is a USB-A 2.0 port, and awesomely, there is an SD card slot. Usually I have one or the other, but not both in some of my devices. So you might wonder what you can connect to this dock. And so here are some of the possibilities, most of which I don't use because sometimes they involve displays. But you could connect a single 8K display, a 4K display at 120 hertz, one or two 60 hertz 4K displays. And then you can also connect an other device, like say an iPad mini, which I did today. And that worked really well, by the way. I charged the iPad mini at the same time, and I checked out my files in the Files app, and it did recognize the SD card that I had in the unit. And so that was really, really cool. Now, it did get just a little bit warm on the bottom right corner underside of the iPad mini because it was charging. But as far as I have read, it will connect successfully to devices that have USB-C ports. So if you're looking for an option to expand your horizons, maybe shrink your wallet, but expand your horizons and have a lot more ports and a lot of variety in the things that you can do, and a very handy, compact, and well-made device, you might check out the 11 port dock from OWC. And also check out anything else they have. They're really great. Their website is awesome. They have alt text on their images, and they really seem to value accessibility.
Accessing Today View with VoiceOver. How you access this is do a 3-finger swipe to the right until you hear Today View. Once you hear Today View, you'll be in the Today View section. Then what you want to do is go down to Edit at the bottom. Do a single finger double click there, and you'll be presented with an option in the top left corner that says Add Widget. Double click on that, and then you'll be presented with a whole bunch of widgets. There'll be stock and third-party widgets that you can customize to your liking. You go through and pick the ones you want. For this example, let's say weather. You do a single finger double click on weather, and you'll be presented with a bunch of options. You'll be presented with different sizes of the widget, small, medium, large, and each widget option will have different information that it provides to you. So once you decide which one you want, then at the bottom you hit continue, and it will place that widget into the Today View. Then you can go through and find more widgets, and when you find another one that you like, then you do the same process. You do a single finger double click, it'll open up all the parameters for that widget, you configure it to your liking, and then you hit continue. And you can go through all of these widgets and fill this space with whatever widgets you like. And then when you access that space, you'll be provided with all of those widgets and their information to give you a great quick view.
For more, check out our website at www.unmute.show. You can send us feedback to feedback@unmute.show. Thank you for joining us.